Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 34. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. First carry down for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But it's up to how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This one will be a 29-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie cornerback.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The first carry for the North Texas man, it's Jeff Wilson. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Wilson with a first down carry. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they have the first down with a gain of 4 yards.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, are going to take this to about the 10-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense. Blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Ross on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or
And now off to the races, down the right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, the goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. This has to go down to one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Repeat of the last play going to Mechie here. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Second down, this is Wilson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. On 3rd down, here's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think it's a lot of shoulders just dropped there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready, go.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 55 rushing yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They go play action here on 1st down. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, you're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking.
The ball is free. Taylor lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now they'll run on the draw. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's had it working pretty well here in this first half up until that last drive when he put it on the turf, Charles.
So I don't think they want to overreact to that fumble, because now you've got a guy that's played so well. You don't want to take him and limit his effectiveness by worrying about it too much. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if we saw him next week at meetings. He'd have a football with him at all times. Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
That is caught, Rashad Bateman.
And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19. And they
end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. 2nd and 14.
Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They'll give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
The kick by Sanders is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter.
Meanwhile, for the Niners, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out. Okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They hand off to their big tight end. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now, it'd definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10.
Algier. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
That'll bring up 4th down after back-to-back 3-yard pickups. All right, ball at the 1-yard line, 4th down. What do you say?
I say go, because if you can't get 1 yard, what's the old adage? If I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win anyway. tell your team it's that time. Who's going to get down into the trenches, grind it out, and make sure that ball gets in the end zone? Who's it going to be? Let's go do it.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Niners set to take over on offense.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. On second down, they'll run it here.
He's got room past the 30.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
Ready, go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And they'll get him down on the outside of midfield.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Give left side here for Nwangu. Down to about the 45.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Wright's got it.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Algier will try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is fielded at the 27. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the returner. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 34.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. 2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Again, it's Mills. And he floats one there, incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Mills. He finds his man complete. It's Moss. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
From the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And As you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
Back to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with.
He's got a man complete.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
A first down throw for Mills. He'll air this one out deep for Sims.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Mills.
He's got Fuller. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Mills again.
And he completes it to the tight end Knox. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Dawson Knox, 35 yards. And the Steelers have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Open man is McMath.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw again. This complete to David Bell. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
They'll find Nwangu underneath, and he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
And let's shift. But not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. 3rd down, here's Algier. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. On 2nd, here's Algier. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. .47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming games.
Yeah, so I'm right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Back to throw again. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Second and 3. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to Bell over the middle. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Touchdown 49ers. Kenny Nwangu, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Steelers ready for their next possession. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And a solid run down inside the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for this with Moss. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This one from 48 yards away.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So now the Niners down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this one wasn't easy. You had an East Coast